Hi. Today I want to talk to you about upper body protection while out riding, or body armor. You know, a lot of guys go out and ride, and some of them won't wear a lot of body armor because it holds them down, they say. But the truth of the matter is, up in the mountains, if you fall over, there's a good chance that you could break or fracture something when you hit the hard ground or some of the rocks that are in the mountains. So I went down to the local motorcycle shop and I asked some of the guys about the gear that they had here. Here's what they had to say.
Okay, the difference on this one is that it's the long sleeve like that. It has basically a shoulder. It's almost just like a half t-shirt, so you can wear it with the sleeves, you can wear it without the sleeves.
Okay.
But that gives you good shoulder protection up here, good elbow protection here. There's the shoulder armor and harness that you wear basically under that here. So you can use just this as its own piece of body armor without that. But the cool thing about this one is this has the D3O polymer armor in it.
Okay.
And that was developed by BMW with Scheller Keprotec out of Germany. And it's a polymer. What it is, it's very flexible. It's very comfortable to wear. It's very soft, but on impact, it locks up. So it firms up, disperses the energy from that. BMW had an exclusive on that for 3 years. After they lost their exclusive, the first company to get it was Spyder Ski Racewear. So you're seeing it in more and more things. It's called D3O. It's very, very good. The jacket that I have, I just bought all D3O armor for it. It's pricey, but it works extremely well just because of the comfort level of it. Much better than the regular CE molded armor.
I think Alan had a lot of good things to say about the protection and the different types of armor that's out there and what they can do. Another question that I asked him was about comfort. Of course, being safe is important, but I also want to have some comfort level while riding out there as well. Here's what he had to say. It's kind of a base layer that goes under everything. How does it handle when it gets hot?
That's going to depend on the jersey that you have. Usually what you'll wear under that is something like an Under Armour shirt that's a wicking layer. And I'm a die-hard natural fabrics guy, but when it comes to riding gear, the synthetics are actually far superior because they wick moisture, they dry almost immediately, they don't hold the moisture, they don't get clammy. So you would wear a base layer under that, put this over that, and then get a really nice flowing jersey, air mesh jersey. It's always a compromise, the difference between comfort and protection. It's like anything else. It's kind of up to you as to what your comfort level is. There are other chest protectors that are going to flow more air, but they also don't give you the amount of impact protection and abrasion protection that the others do. What you're looking at in that regard would be something along these lines.
Okay.
It's much lighter. This is basically just a roost guard. It's going to protect you from rocks getting thrown up, from the knucklehead in front of you deciding he's going to be funny and spraying you with big chunks of stuff. This is more for track riding. It's just, basic minimal protection. This is much more, especially in the dual sport world, where you're going to be out in the trails, in Moab, anything else. This is going to give you far superior protection. So you need to weigh. It's not that it's going to be uncomfortable. It may not flow quite as much air as this, but it's going to give you far superior protection than what you're looking at with something like this. Then you move into the ballistic shirts or flak jackets, which are along these lines. This is the Thor Impact Rig. This is basically a shirt that you put on that holds all of the armor. You have the back protector here, you have the kidney belt to give you support for your lower back and for your core muscles. Makes your riding a lot more comfortable. And it has one zip right there on the side. Throw a base layer on under this, put that over the top of it, or the way this is designed, because of the shirt that it's built like, you can use that as your base layer. And then just throw your jersey over the top of that. So this is all one piece. You put it on just like a jacket, and then throw your jersey over the top of that. It doesn't have the armor protection, the comfort that the D3O does. You have just the hard outer shell, it's more of an abrasion resistance than a true impact attenuator, which is what you run into with the D3O. It absorbs and dissipates the shock. This just keeps you from making direct contact with the ground.
So you were talking about a base layer for that one.
Yes.
What would you recommend for that?
The Polypro shirts work very well, like the Under Armour brand. Nike does some. The compression type shirts, because they whip the moisture away, they get it away from your skin. There's a line of products out there from a company called Good Biker. We sell some of those. They feel like cotton, but they're a performance gear. They're very, very comfortable. Very nice. They do a short sleeve, they do a long sleeve. But that's pretty much it. And there are guys that will wear just this without even putting a jersey over the top of it. I don't really recommend that because the jersey is almost, for lack of a better term, a lubricating layer. It allows you to slide without catching and tumbling. So, if you're wearing just this, you go down, you can catch it, you can tumble. The jersey helps keep that from snagging and, tumbling you as you go.
Okay.
So
Yeah, and I've seen some guys wear their gear outside the jersey and some underneath. So.
it's personal preference. It's really personal preference. When I was doing this, like on the tracks and stuff, I always wore my jersey over the top. You look kind of like a football player, but it was from that regard. In a sliding situation, it doesn't catch, it doesn't tumble. It just makes it easier to go.
So sizing on these, do they size just like a regular shirt? Or?
They go like small, medium, large, extra large, 2X, 3X. So they're kind of a universal fit because of the adjustability on them. You have side tabs that you can adjust. You have shoulder tabs that you can adjust. Some of them are Velcro, some of them are elastic, others actually have ratchet buckles. There's any number of different things out there. We can get you fitted, it's kind of and it takes a while to get used to wearing gear like this because it feels kind of bulky. But anybody that's ever played any kind of contact sport, whether it was football, whether it was hockey, things like that, will get used to this very quickly. And if you get it to fit right, you don't even notice it.
So Alan made some pretty good points. And so at the end of the day, what I did was bought the Acerbis full body armor that came with the chest protector, a protector for the spine, the shoulder pads and elbow pads all in one. Now I could have bought some of these separately and bought less, but I think the protection level that this one gave was really important to me, and so that was my choice. Now, one thing I would recommend is you go down to your motorcycle store or accessory shop and try on the gear before buying it. I usually wear either a medium or a large in jerseys and shirts, and when I tried on the different armor, I found that in armor, in this type at least, a small was what I wore rather than the normal medium or large. And so you really want to make sure it fits good. For instance, if I would have got the medium in the elbows here, this would have actually hung down more and it wouldn't have fit as well as it did with the small. So even though I didn't think I needed a small after I tried it on, I found out that was the best fit for me. Again, you can get separate pieces and try them on. And of course, some of those will be a lot less expensive than, say, a complete outfit like this. But you do want to have something to wear out there so that when you hit the ground, it may be a little thud and a little pain, but it won't be broken bones and, fractured ribs. This stuff really does make the difference between a good day and a bad day out riding.